Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special episode of the main roster, which is celebrating 2 years of the podcast live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. As always, I'm Dan, the main roster champion, and joined by the non-main roster champion, Jeremy. How you doing, Jeremy?
Yeah. Get it all out now because that's the last time you're gonna be able to say that. Well, maybe not the last time because I've got to actually beat you next week for the Survivor Series show. But your days are numbered as the main roster champion. So you enjoy all of this nonsense while you can. You know.
No.
But to answer your question, I'm all right. I'm a little bit tired, recovering from convention weekend. It's taken me a little longer than it should to recover. I must be getting old or something, you know?
Yeah.
I enjoy all of this nonsense, says MJ Harmstone. Yes, that is because...
At least somebody does.
It is at my expense.
Yes.
I'm sure in a couple of weeks when I'm giving it large about being the champion and it's just sat nicely on my shoulder or hanging nicely on my my grid wall behind me, then
you've got to have it hanging.
It'll be less enjoyable. I do need to have it hanging. Yeah. I don't know how to accomplish that though. I have to work that out. I have to get some pretty snaps like you've got on display there on your wall that is slightly empty in places.
Yes, but it's all right. It's being filled again.
Yes. I know exactly what you mean, and that it's going to be filled again. But you're going to have to remove that one directly behind your shoulder. Get that in a nice shipping box. Well, you can send me that one as well if you want. Send me the more. But you've got plenty of nice packing bubbles now to make sure that the championship gets to me nice and safe.
I've got a lot.
Yeah,
I've got a lot.
Yeah, so I look forward to it. I'm gonna do a live unboxing, I think, of the championship when I win it back. That'd be nice.
Yeah, but that'll be not for a while.
Yeah, not for 2 weeks at least. Exactly, you're right. But
no, more like 2 years.
You were spot on. Speaking of 2 years, you were spot on. This is a very special episode. 2-year anniversary of the show. It slightly predates you joining me on the show.
Yes.
2 years ago, this past Sunday, I literally turned on a microphone and just started talking at it about wrestling. And it was a slightly different show when I was just talking to myself. Didn't have anywhere near the same kind of banter with myself as I do with you, and I didn't have a championship belt either. So I suppose that's the same.
You didn't, did you?
Yeah, there was no point in having a championship belt talking about Survivor Series 2019 because even if I predicted that 100% correctly, I would just be beating myself. So it's not really much of an achievement.
To yourself.
Yeah. No, this is a family-friendly show, so we'll leave that analogy there, shall we?
Move on.
But we will move on, and I think now is a good time to make our very special announcement. And it's funny that it's come along at an anniversary. That it was not intended that way. It just happened to be that the decision was made, and then I remembered it was the anniversary. Thanks, Facebook Memories. Good job reminding me this stuff. But we have reached a point, and I discussed it with you privately last week, Dan. We've reached a point where talking about Raw and SmackDown every week has become somewhat of a chore, shall we say. The quality of the product has declined massively, even in the 2 years that I've been doing this show. There was plenty to talk about 2 years ago. There was its share of absolute rubbish and nonsense that would make us roll our eyes and cringe and be horribly disappointed with the direction of the product. But it does seem like the foot has been taken off the gas quite heavily in WWE. And so, rather than flog a dead horse and try to keep talking about WWE spinning their wheels and the same things happening, trying to invest in characters that we know are going to be released in a week. It's tough to do. So we're switching things up. We're changing the podcast. As of next week, because it works for next week, we will be only reviewing, we'll be doing episodes only for pay-per-views, for lack of a better term. They used to be called pay-per-views. Now they're all on-demand kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So Survivor Series next week is a perfect example. We'll be starting with that. But we won't just be limiting ourselves any further to WWE. We'll be looking at pay-per-views, special events from all manner of wrestling promotions, including, but not limited to, All Elite Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, and we'll actually be able to do some NXT as well.
Yeah.
Which is decidedly not the main roster.
Yes.
So that means, as we change this direction of the show, we're going to have to switch things up so heavily that the name of the show is going to have to change. So after 80 episodes, the main roster is dead. Long live the main roster. And next week, as we begin our discussion of the 2021 Survivor Series, the main event podcast will be born and will live on.
Yeah.
We're going to keep the chronology, so it'll still be episode 81. But the name will change. The show will change slightly. We'll have some flashy new graphics and intros, and I've been working on something extra special to go across all of the sports podcasts, actually, and I'm quite excited to make that work. It might make its debut on the main event podcast next week, or if I'm quick enough, it may make its debut on 2 Minute Warning. But that'll be everywhere. That's not an exclusive to this show kind of thing. But changes afoot. Moving on, getting things more enjoyable for us, because I don't know about you, but without changing it up, I'm not sure how much longer I could have continued doing the show at all.
No.
It's been a bit of a struggle in the last few weeks, especially.
Yes. Very hard.
And on that note, we're going to try today to salvage as much enjoyment as we can from Survivor Series, despite the fact that they have completely cobbled it together in the last week.
Yes.
But we do have some build to talk about, and we will predict Survivor Series so that we can decide for the end of this quarter, and that's come around at quite a useful time, because the next quarter of predictions will be all manner of shows. That's exciting. Yeah,
that'll be interesting.
It's really going to throw things up. Having to predict AEW and Impact Wrestling and all kinds as well.
When we don't really know what's happened.
No. And it's incentive for me, at least, to check out Impact Wrestling after a while. At least highlights and see what's been happening.
Yeah.
But before we get going, I will remind that coming into today, going into Survivor Series, the prediction competition for this quarter is as follows. Jez, this guy, me, is on 17. Dan, that guy, the guy with all the belts, is on 14. So it is still all to play for. It is all still to play for. It does mean, Dan, that you need to be very clever and careful about your predictions, because if you match me too much, you cannot win.
Yeah.
Technically, all I need to do to win the belt is to bet the same as you.
Yeah, you do.
That would be
knowing you probably would.
That'd be sneaky and underhanded, wouldn't it?
It would be.
What kind of deplorable human being would do that?
You.
Yeah, I might. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when we get there.
So I'm gonna let you predict first.
fair enough. But at least, you'll be able to predict honestly in that case.
Yeah.
Rather than you could do the 2MW Matt approach, and that is wait for me to predict it and then say the same thing and then be surprised when the score doesn't change. Yeah. I'm winning that one as well. I will hasten to point out. And I was winning the predictions in the effing racing show as well. I had all three in my hands, but I think while I was away at conventions, I think Duff has overtaken me on the effing racing show. So it's not all coming up, Jez, but it's mostly coming up, Jez. Mostly.
Right.
But before we get to that, we do have a little bit of news to discuss. So here's the news sting.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got some news.
Dun, 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 dun.
And this isn't working again. I keep doing this. My bad.
Come
on. Right. Here it is. Here's the news. And the main bit of news comes from WWE, and that is that they have released now some of the ticket packages for next year's WrestleMania 38. Now, I wanted to discuss this for two reasons. The first of which is obviously it's exciting.
Yes.
Tickets are on sale. We're moving towards WrestleMania. It's a 2-night WrestleMania again.
Good.
I like the 2-night WrestleManias. I'm not sure they've got enough superstars to do 2 nights anymore, but I guess that's a problem for April when it rolls around to that. That's reason the first. The second is because in true WWE fashion, they have given me something to royally take the piss out of.
Oh dear.
Can you guess what it is? I'll give you a clue. It's a repeated word or phrase that they have used in this week of hyping the fact that the tickets are on sale.
Hold on, I'm just looking at the...
I'm not sure it's on here, but you got to think about the TV adverts and the...
Oh,
no, I can't see it on here. Yeah.
Not sure. I can't think.
No, it's not on there.
Put it out of my misery.
So, in describing this event and trying to hype it up, 2 nights in Dallas. It's all exciting. They even brought The Undertaker out to promote it. Stephanie McMahon is there talking about WrestleMania. The stupendous WrestleMania event.
Oh.
I'm like, please, have you just found a thesaurus or something? What is this? What? Why are you deliberately trying to throw out like this nonsense of it's a stupendous event? Watch it. I'm going to type in stupendous WrestleMania and see what comes up.
This is a good game.
The most stupendous 2-night event. There you go. And on their Twitter. The most stupendous 2-night WrestleMania in history. Go away.
Oh my God.
Give it a rest. Like, someone take a day off, please. Honestly.
Right.
Stupendous, Dan. It's stupendous.
It's stupendous. It clearly is stupendous.
It's something. I'll give them
Stupid.
that. So yeah, that made me cringe. Again, my face almost collapsed in cringe once again as we did that.
Yep.
And I reminded myself, God, isn't it good that we're ditching most of this WWE stuff? Because I'm not sure how much stupendous I can take. But if you would like to go and see this stupendous event, other adjectives are available. Yes, do dig out your wallets. There are various packages available. There's the championship package, which will get you WrestleMania 38, both nights, SmackDown, Superstar or Experience at Fort Worth. You'll get Monday Night Raw. You'll get WrestleMania Access. You get a gift bag. You get an all-access pass to the Superstore. You get a travel package concierge whatever that is, you get a round bus trip transportation from the hotel to WrestleMania, and you get the hotel. So this is literally everything. All you need to do is hand them money, and then it's all sorted. Everything is done.
Really cool. That's good.
Look at the price.
Run.
One person, $10,950. But hey, I tell you what. Look, Dan, we can save some money here if you and I buy these together. Give us a discount, okay? Right? So, rather than paying $10,950, if we do it together, WWE and their infinite generosity will knock $500 off the price. Save yourself $500 right there. Or, I mean, we could find a third person, right? And then each package would only cost us $10,275. And this is where WWE really need to calm down. If we manage to get a 4-person crew together, contain yourself, massive saving incoming, $10,195 per person each. So you can save a whopping £800 for getting more people involved. $800 rather. Yeah. People will pay it.
I'm not going to WrestleMania.
Hey, I mean, this is just the top tier. Let's see how we progress, right? So the VIP package. VIP package, you get a WrestleMania ticket, you get SmackDown, you get Raw, you get access, you get your concierge, whatever the hell that is. You get your bus travel, you get the hotel. Depending on how long you want to stay, for one person, it's $7,850 for 4 night. For the 4-night hotel. If you only want to stay 3 nights, it'll be $400 less. Yeah. Great. If you only want to stay 2 nights, so I don't know where you're sleeping. If you go to Friday Night SmackDown and the first night of WrestleMania, I don't know where you're sleeping on Sunday night or Monday night after WrestleMania Night 2 and Raw, but I guess that's your problem, right? Go screw yourself. $6,900 per person for that. So for 2 nights less, it's less than $1,000 saving.
Right.
I don't know who's got a calculator here, but somebody needs to find the off switch and put it down and walk away, because these savings do not make sense. Platinum package, WrestleMania ticket, Raw and SmackDown access. I don't really see how this is much different to the whatever this was called, VIP. It looks like it's roughly the same thing.
Okay.
Oh, you share one room rather than having a room to yourself. Okay, that's the difference. We're getting cheaper. We're getting cheaper. £3,025 for 4 nights. We're getting there. We're getting there. Gold package. You get WrestleMania, you get SmackDown, you get Raw, you get access, you get all the same stuff. Don't know what the difference is here. They've listed the same things. Oh, I see. It's just different tiers of tickets. Okay, fine.
Okay.
$2,725.
Okay, we're going down.
Silver. We get the idea of what you get. $2,425. Bronze. You may be up in the nosebleeds now, though. You might need to get your binoculars out for this one. Now we're in an affordable zone.
Oh, really?
Without tongue in cheek, I say we're in an affordable zone. $975. Which, considering... Oh, actually, there's no hotel in this. There's 2 nights in a hotel.
The rest of the other nights just go sleep on the sidewalk.
I guess so, yeah. At least Dallas is warm that time of year. Yeah, and that's the cheapest package.
Oh, I feel sick.
So if you've dreamed of going to WrestleMania, now's your chance.
Keep dreaming.
You can keep dreaming. Get your wallet out and then just cry on it a bit and then put your wallet back on the shelf and carry on with your life because it ain't happening.
I'm never going to WrestleMania then.
It doesn't seem so, no.
I need to buy a lottery ticket.
You could buy a lottery ticket. We could get, podcast famous and be employed by someone to go to WrestleMania on their dime, possibly. It's as much of a pipe dream as saving up the what was it again? $10,950 for the top tier package. I think I am more likely to be employed by WWE than have anybody let me spend that kind of money on going to WrestleMania. So one of these things is more likely than the other. So yeah, thought I'd make you happy to kick things off.
We move on.
We can move on.
Before I hang myself.
And we will crack into our discussion of the build up to Survivor Series, and get on with some predictions as we move through. So first of all, our first match on the slate to discuss is the women's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, traditional Survivor Series elimination match. There's not enough words in this to really know what you're doing. And we've had some build over the last few weeks. Smackdown got underway this past Friday night with the Smackdown Women's Survivor Series team being introduced by Sonya Deville. As team captain, Sasha Banks was introduced. She had to be separated from Shotzi Blackheart. This brought out Naomi, who is not part of the team, to get in the face of Deville, and resulted in an all-out brawl between the women in the ring. On the other side of a commercial, a 6-person tag got underway with Naomi, Sasha, and Aaliyah facing Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, and Natalya. For a long portion of the match, Naomi was isolated from her team and all looked lost. This changed when she made the hot tag to newcomer Aaliyah, who was able to pick up an impressive victory in her debut match, pinning Natalya after countering the sharpshooter into a roll-up. Backstage, the good mood changed for Aaliyah when Sonya Deville removed her from the Survivor Series team, presumably because she was too close to Naomi. Over on Raw last night, I say last night, I'm used to doing this on a Tuesday. Raw on Monday night, the infighting continued between the members of the Raw Women's Survivor Series team. First of all, Queen Zelina defeated Nikki ASH, who, if you're keeping score, is not on the team either, which wound up Rhea Ripley, who is on the team, before she took on Carmella. Fueled by anger, Ripley made easy work of the self-proclaimed most beautiful woman in WWE. It was not all bad for Carmella, though, as she was named team captain by Queen Zelina after the match. As if she has the authority to do that.
Yeah.
So, as it stands, Team Raw is Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Queen Zelina. Team SmackDown is Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, Natalya, and to be announced.
Yeah.
Also known as Vacant, the most successful champion in wrestling history.
Held the championship many times.
Yes. So, first of all, before we predict it, how have you felt about the build to the women's traditional Survivor Series elimination match?
Just basically flung them all together.
Yeah, it does seem like they've copy pasted some tropes from previous Survivor Series. It's like put together people who don't get on. Right, check. Make them infight a little bit and fight over who is the team captain. Check. The thing that they've added this year, and it's not exclusive to the women's version of this match, it's do things that have no bearing whatsoever on Survivor Series and move on to promoting something that doesn't exist because you don't have an event in December. So promote things for a show you haven't bothered to create.
Yeah.
I just don't. I get that they're continuing the Sonya Deville and Naomi thing. Fine.
Yep.
And if you're going to have 6-man tags, or 6-person tags, I should say, you need a 6th person. That's how numbers work.
Yep.
And Naomi is an obvious choice, being that she is the 6th and final member of the SmackDown women's roster.
Yeah.
There isn't really anyone else. So I get that you've got to mix that up a little bit. But when that becomes the focus of the build-up, rather than the team, it doesn't make much sense to me. I've no idea what Shayna Baszler's motivation is for being on the team, and whether she actually cares about being Team SmackDown, considering she was on Raw until 2 weeks ago. Natalya, no idea where her allegiances lie. She's bounced back and forth between the shows for years. Does she care about SmackDown? Who knows? Do any of them care about SmackDown? Do any of them care about Raw? Does anyone care that this event is happening? Or is it just thrown in? Because I feel like that's where we are. And I don't know if they are, whether WWE are looking to prove, see, Survivor Series doesn't work. We should just stop doing Survivor Series. You asked for Survivor Series to stay. This is you. You wanted this. And look how bad it is. See, we should have got rid of it years ago. See. And then they feel vindicated when they cancel it, because everyone goes, yeah, it was terrible anyway, wasn't it? Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, Survivor Series has been a shell of itself for years.
I liked it when we had the invasions. You know, when Raw went to SmackDown, beat everyone up. SmackDown came to Raw, beat everyone up.
Yep.
Especially that year when Becky Lynch got punched in the face by Nia Jax.
Oh, yes.
That was brilliant.
That's how you get someone removed from a team. Not, you're friends with someone. Let's get you off.
Yeah.
You're off the team.
I particularly liked it when NXT got involved as well.
Yeah. And we'll never get that again.
When it was good.
We'll never get that again. Not while NXT is what it is now.
No.
They wouldn't even dare to consider throwing out the idea that NXT was superior to either of the main roster shows in any way. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, underwhelmed by that build for the women's traditional Elimination Survivor Series match.
Yeah.
But let's predict it. And you want me to go first, do you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. In that case, I am going to pick... I'm going to pick Team Raw. I think Team Raw will win the Women's Survivor Series match. Now, you can agree if you want, remember. You know, there's no harm in agreeing with Jazz. There's no harm in that at all.
It's a tough one because we don't know the 5th member of Team SmackDown either.
No.
I mean,
who's it going to be?
It could be, that only those 4 go down to the ring. Then there's like one person left. They get eliminated. Raw think they've won, and I don't know. Naomi comes running down the ramp, glowing.
Yeah, that's what she does. She glows.
I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna go for SmackDown.
Okay. Now that you've talked that through, I can totally see your idea coming to fruition. I mean, the options are Naomi, as you say,
or Naomi.
Well, I just remembered a couple of people while we were doing this.
What?
So we also saw on SmackDown. We'll talk about her in a bit. Toni Storm.
Yeah.
Or at least the shell of what used to be known as Toni Storm in NXT. Whatever she is now. Her. And there is also Xia Li.
Oh, yeah.
Who they have been relentlessly video packaging without any time scale of when she's going to actually come to the main roster.
Yes, forgot about that.
Now, I don't think either of those latter options will be the one. I think Naomi or just putting Aaliyah back in is the best option. Or maybe Sonya Deville going, I'll take one
Deville
from the team.
goes, screw it, hold up.
Yeah. None of the options are good. So
No.
I think a slightly more cohesive Team Raw will pick up the victory here. So we differ. That's a good start.
Yeah. Okay. So, moving on.
Match number 2.
Number 2. So, after the Usos arrived on Raw to beat down WWE Champion Big E, he was saved by one half of Raw Tag Team Champions, Riddle. This led to a tag team match with Big E and Riddle teaming to face the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos. However, it wasn't long until the match escalated into a 6-man tag with Seth Rollins joining the Usos and Randy Orton joining his championship partner and Big E. While the outcome of the match had little bearing on Survivor Series, what happened after the match did. The Usos went right onto the attack of Riddle, but were intervened by Randy Orton, who hits the RKO and left the SmackDown Tag Team Champs laying.
Yeah. So this is discussing the tag team championship match, or the battle between tag team championship holders, I should say. So the Raw tag team champions, RK Bro, Randy Orton and Riddle, will take on the SmackDown tag team champions, the Usos. And it's funny that you threw in there led to the tag team match player, because there were so many Teddy Long moments this week. It was unbelievable. I think we had like 4 total impromptu tag team matches made.
I can't remember.
There were a good few, and all we were really missing was Sonya Deville to come out and put someone in a 1-on-1 with the Undertaker match. I don't know who the new Undertaker is. I don't know who the new Undertaker is that you would threaten to go 1-on-1 with. Omos?
No.
Yeah, we'll go 1-on-1 with the Omos. Doesn't quite work.
No, it don't work.
Yeah. No, they've released all of the good, kind of scary, dark characters that would have been good.
Aleister Black.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Aleister Black. Yeah. So,
anyway,
I enjoyed this build a little bit more. Because at least we had, the teams interacting a little bit.
Yes.
Like the Usos actually came to Raw.
Yep.
So it was more in that classic invasion style that you were talking about in the women's match. So I enjoyed that a bit. There was also continuing a regular storyline here with RK Bro, but I wasn't as mad about it as I was with the other things, because it still made sense in the context. It was Riddle getting involved in trying to save Big E when Randy Orton's like, no, save no one, look after yourself, only care about yourself and your championship belts, that's it, don't care about anyone else, don't even care about me, just yourself and the title belts. Watch your Tamsin, welcome in.
Gotcha.
So I like that. That was a good bit of continuing story.
Yes.
And I think I'm looking forward to this match as one of the most in Survivor Series. This is going to be a good one, I think. These are two very good teams whom I don't think you get together maybe ever again.
No.
How long is this RK Bro team going to be together?
No.
So I think it's good
Waiting
we're
for
going to get to see
stab
them.
somebody in the back.
Yeah. It's going to be good to see them mix it up.
Yeah.
One of the most entertaining teams in modern WWE memory against probably one of the best tag teams in modern WWE memory. So, yeah. Bring it on.
Bring it on.
are you going to make me predict
Yes.
first again? Shooting yourself in the foot here, mate. Okay. I predict victory for... It's very difficult. There are no stakes. Nobody cares. So it's very difficult to choose winners. But I'm going to go with victory for the Usos. Because I think that Riddle tries to help someone or something, and they're going to use this opportunity to further their don't help anyone. Only help yourself.
Yeah. I'm going to have to agree with you on this one.
Yeah. Agreement means championship for Jazz. Whoop. Sorry, did that come out loud? That was supposed to be in my head.
Yeah, no, it came out loud.
I mean, if
moving on.
we can just call the show here if you want, and we'll just say that whatever I predict, you agree, and I get the belt. You can get the box ready, send it over. Like, I'm okay with that. If you are.
Read between the lines.
It's a family-friendly show, Daniel. Rude.
That's why I didn't do it properly.
So moving on, we complain about the lack of hype for some of these matches.
Yeah.
This next match, the United States versus Intercontinental Championship match. Yep, those two there. The ball bag belt versus the not ball bag belt. You know, hey, it's the 2-year anniversary. We've got to throw out some highlights of the 2 years.
Really tried to think of something for that Intercontinental belt, didn't you?
Yeah.
But you couldn't.
I mean, I'm on record not liking either of those belts, but the Intercontinental Championship has grown on me slightly. So maybe it's like a fungus belt that grows on you, right?
Fungus, go on. Yeah,
the fungus belt versus the ball bag belt. There you go. That'll do for now until my brain can think of something better. United States Champion Damien Priest versus Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Little has been done to promote this match, other than a video package hyping Damien Priest Monday night on Raw.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Yeah.
Because again, I think this is going to be one of the best matches on the card, if they give them the time to do it.
I hope they have a good match, and I hope they have time to do it, and it's not kind of like, oh yeah, this was a last-minute match thrown in there, so just kind of have a 5-minute thing.
Yeah, I mean, when you look down the card, what up the Politics show? Welcome, welcome. When you look up and down the card at kind of timing, the Survivor Series matches are long.
Yes.
They tend to be about kind of 45 minutes each. That's already an hour and a half of the show.
Yeah.
Tag team match, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Hour 40. Women's Championship match, 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Takes up to 2 hours. WWE Championship match, 30 minutes?
Yeah, about that.
With entrances, 30, 35.
Yeah.
So we're at 2.5 hours, which I suppose then leaves 15 minutes for this US versus IC title match.
Yeah.
Which they could do some good stuff in 15 minutes.
Yeah, they could.
But it's equally likely that they pull some nonsense and have some kind of talky backstage nonsense for 10 minutes and take up this time, and then it is just a 5-minute thing where they start the match, Rick Boogs disrespects Damien Priest. Damien Priest goes on one of his new paddies that he has when somebody disrespects him. And it ends in DQ. We don't really get a match, and the win is just awarded to Shin.
Yeah.
Nothing really happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope that doesn't happen, but I mean, it's classic WWE to do that.
Yeah.
And on that note, I'm picking Shinsuke Nakamura for the win.
I'm picking Damien Priest just because I want to be different, and this is just literally a Get out, yeah.
Yeah. It'll be 75% showboating, says the Politics Show. Yeah. Yeah. It'll be Shinsuke Nakamura dancing to Rick Boogs.
Yep.
And Damien Priest. Oh no, he doesn't do the Archer thing anymore. He's
He
forgotten he was the Archer of Infamy. Yeah.
That one now, no.
I don't know what that is myself. Do you know what that is?
I think it's a relation to his name. It's Damien, like meaning the demon, and priest, like angel. So if you notice, one
I think
hand,
it's like an angel
demon
type thing.
Yeah, the demon side of him is the hands doing that.
Right.
Is the angel side is just doing that.
Okay.
I think it's like him, like split in half.
Wow, you have paid far more attention to that pose than I have, apparently. Well done. That's why you're here. That's why I keep you around.
That's why I'm here. Yeah.
For fashion and random hand poses.
For fashion. Don't think I've got that.
No, you are the not your fashion, but fashion critique.
Oh, fashion advice. Okay,
Yeah,
for the wrestlers.
That's right. Yeah, you're all over the fashion critique.
Normally. I'm all over it, darling.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so that's that match. We either expect it to be fantastic or fantastically trash.
Yes.
There is no in between.
Yeah.
And
there we go.
Likewise, our next match, the Raw versus SmackDown Women's Championship match. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch against Charlotte, the SmackDown Women's Champion. Take it away.
So on SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair addressed her opponent, the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch, making such bold claims as "there's nothing natural about you."
More on the spot.
And that Becky was a fabricated champion. Went on to say that her nickname should be the Star Maker, which brought out Toni Storm to challenge Flair to put her money where her mouth is and make her a star by defending her title on SmackDown. Charlotte declined and left. On Raw, Big Time Bex responded. She reminded Flair that they used to be friends, but she came to realize that being friends with Charlotte came with conditions. The condition that Charlotte be at the front and everyone else be in the background. Lynch went on to say that their match on Sunday was not about brand supremacy, but about personal legacy.
Where to begin unpacking this little event? Because I think this is probably the most legitimate build that we've had for any of these Survivor Series matches. Because it turns out these women do not like each other anymore at all. Genuinely.
I saw that.
And people are speculating whether this is going to be more akin to a straight up fight than a wrestling match with cooperation and choreography and, beautiful movements. Yeah. Charlotte had to know what she was doing, right?
Yes.
Is she that self-referential that she can take a jab at herself like that? I'm not sure. With the line, "There's nothing natural about you." Really? Either you are oblivious to what you're saying, or you've been fed that line. Like, why would you say that? Why would you say that? B, why as a writer would you feed her that line? Like, nobody comes off well from her saying that. What a stupid thing to say.
It's just so funny.
Like, people are already giving Charlotte a hard time for all of the plastic surgery that she's had, and the hottest meme wrestling wise for the last month or so has been that side shot in the ring of Charlotte Flair leaning against the ropes, and people captioning it with like Cher quotes and Cher lyrics. Like where she did genuinely look like Cher, who also
really
looked like
did.
She'd been made out of a melted candle. So oh dear, why would you say that? Nothing natural about you, fabricated champion. They're doing what? Why? What are you doing? This is so funny. So on that note,
yeah,
being that somebody knows what they're doing, maybe can it be a coincidence that they've dropped these lines in?
Maybe.
Either Charlotte doesn't care about her image, which I don't think is the case, and she has said it, or a writer has dropped this in and Charlotte is too scared / oblivious to not say this nonsense line about herself.
I think that's more the option.
So I think that's the option as well. So with that in mind, I can see I'm either picking Charlotte or I'm picking a double DQ, but they can't double DQ it, can they?
No.
I mean, they can.
No.
Because
they can, but no.
I don't understand really how either of these women taking a loss is good for them right now.
Unless it turns into like some sort of like false count anywhere match. They can just rip into each other.
I don't think they want them to do that because one of them will genuinely slam the other into a concrete floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm going Charlotte. I'm going Charlotte.
We're going Charlotte. God for that, because I wanted to go for Becky, because I just, how much I can't stand Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want Charlotte to win. Let's make that clear. I want it to be Becky Lynch, but I think that they'll be giving Charlotte the win. This is now a Maki Ito stream. It is a hostile takeover, a loving hostile takeover by Future Wolfie.
Okay.
Welcome in, Wolfie. Two big announcements today. First of all, the show is changing, as we mentioned at the top. This is the last episode of the main roster. We'll be transforming into the main event podcast next week, expanding beyond WWE to various other promotions as well. So we may get to see some Maki Ito at some point, wherever she ends up in the end. And Future Wolfington was invited earlier today to join the Primetime Streamer Network.
Woo!
And he has accepted. So that's two bits of big news for the day.
What a day.
What a day, November the 18th, 2021.
Oh, what a day.
Flex. Dan does a good flex.
I do a good flex. Gun show.
Yeah. Okay. So with that excitement done, I'm looking forward to seeing Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair smash each other's faces in. Becky will need another new nose. Charlotte Flair will need another new whatever that is. And we move on to the men's traditional Survivor Series elimination match. And over on the men's side of Survivor Series, on SmackDown, Sami Zayn was caught backstage by Jeff Hardy preparing his pep talk for the team. Sami Zayn was outraged that Hardy was not on board with his vision of the team and went to Adam Pearce to have Hardy removed from the team. Instead, Pearce put the two in a match, with the loser relegated from the Survivor Series team. During this match, as Zayn was caught trying to cheat, he argued with the referee, which allowed Jeff Hardy to deliver the twist of fate and a swanton bomb to defeat Sami Zayn and send him packing from the team. Womp womp. Speaking of being sent packing from the team, after Dominic Mysterio was ousted by Bobby Lashley last week, Rey Mysterio took on the Almighty this past Monday on Raw. After Lashley brutalized Rey, Adam Pearce came to the stage to announce that Rey would also be removed from the Survivor Series team. And at this moment, Austin Theory jumped Dominic Mysterio, who was attending to his dad, jumped him from behind, and was named as Rey's replacement at Survivor Series. So the teams now read, as of talking, as of the things coming out of my mouth right this second on the 18th of November. Team Raw is Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and Austin Theory, accompanied by MVP, because he'll be with Lashley, you'd expect. Versus Team SmackDown, Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, King Woods, Happy Corbin, and someone.
Bacon. Bacon's in 2 matches.
He is, yeah. Yeah, he's not a champion right now, but he's in 2 matches.
Not at the moment.
Yeah.
He's in 2 matches at the moment, so good on him.
Yep. We'll also have Madcap Moss at ringside
Right.
with Happy Corbin, you'll expect.
Yeah.
Wonder what kind of insane interaction MVP and Madcap Moss can have at ringside. In case anyone cares about.
Yeah, I don't think anyone cares, to be honest.
Yeah, I care about MVP.
Yeah.
I need MVP to step back into that manager role a bit more and be on the mic more. I do like an MVP.
Do you like an MVP?
I do. I like a bit of MVP. He's cool.
Okay.
Now, first of all, Dan, thoughts on the men's build. How is it compared to the women's build?
Different. They're kind of fighting amongst themselves, but they're kind of settling it in the ring. And then kind of like, well, you lost, so get out of a Survivor Series. Whereas Bobby Lashley is kind of tearing through everyone. Which I kind of like, because that's what Bobby Lashley should do.
On SmackDown, it seems fairly amicable. And yeah, you've got a little bit of infighting, as you say, but it's mainly based on the team and forming the team. Fine.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's been going on Raw. They don't care about this match at all. They're more focused on, again, this imaginary event coming in the future. Seth Rollins and his future championship match. Kevin Owens and his heel turn and his grudge with Biggie and the world.
Yeah.
That's been the focus of this. Aside from this Bobby Lashley, Rey Mysterio, Austin Theory thing, which is also kind of carrying on with a story. They've shoehorned Austin Theory into this to carry on the story with the Mysterios. So that team's all over the place. That story is all over the place. And that is exactly why I think Team Raw is going to win.
Right.
Because it's nonsense. And WWE put big check marks next to nonsense in 2021. That's how they roll.
That's true. That's true. Just thinking who could be the final member of Team SmackDown.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who it would be. Because I don't think there's anyone obvious at the moment.
No,
it's like with the women's, it's like obvious it could be Naomi.
Okay. Well, should we have a little look at the SmackDown roster?
Yes.
Shall we? Shall. Let's open. I need to make this on the whole side of the page. One moment.
Unless Brock Lesnar just turns up.
I mean, maybe. Okay.
That would just be funny.
It's just an article from the draft.
Yeah.
So Raw. Oh my god, half those people were released. SmackDown. No. Kofi Kingston. No. None of those. He's there. No. No, because in the match. Sheamus,
yeah.
Sheamus is returning on SmackDown this week, apparently, according to Ridge Holland, which is another random thing that I don't really want to get into right now. That's
Ricochet.
Very strange. Yeah, Ricochet, like we're just counting down the days to him being released, aren't we? Let's be honest.
Cesaro
potentially, yeah. I think the most likely outcome for my money is that Sami Zayn just gets re-added to the match.
Yeah.
That's where my money's at.
I'm going to go for Team SmackDown.
Thought you might do that, being as you haven't really got a choice if you want to win the belt.
Yeah, exactly. How many have I got now? So I'm different on that one.
You've differed on everyone apart from one. So.
Okay.
So, as long as you get the outcomes correct.
Yeah.
Then you would win.
Yeah.
It does come down to who wins Survivor Series. Even with the fact that I'm quite ahead of you. If you get all of these right, then you win.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right,
I really want my baby back. Okay, so
let's get on to the final.
moving on, indeed, to the main event, which will be the WWE Champion Biggie versus the Universal Champion Roman Reigns.
So the WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns got prepared for his champion versus champion match at Survivor Series by facing off against one of the WWE Champion Big E's closest allies, King Woods. Afterwards, defeated Jimmy Uso the week previous and forced him to bend the knee. Reigns vowed to do the same if Woods could defeat him in SmackDown's main event. Before Woods would get the opportunity to defeat the tribal chief, the Usos dragged him out of the ring and put a beatdown on him. Reigns then took a knee in the ring so that his cousins could place the king's crown on his head. Over on Raw, Biggie addressed the tribal chief, saying that Reigns had made it personal by targeting his family and that he would be taking a piece of the Universal Champion with him on Sunday. It would be Reigns that would fire the first shot, though, sending the Usos to attack Biggie and send his regards.
Possibly the best build of all of these Survivor Series matches, because they have continued a story that is completely separate from Survivor Series, but at the same time, it's linked just by virtue of having these guys aligned in the New Day. Completely separate story with Xavier Woods and linked to Big E through the New Day. Perfect. I like it. And I've enjoyed it, actually. I think it's been really good for Xavier Woods to face, the true star maker of SmackDown. Like, you can forget Charlotte Flair. Roman Reigns is the true star maker of SmackDown, as long as you're a babyface.
Is the man.
At least. Like, he has definitely made baby faces in the last however long he's been champion. 440 something days at this point.
I think it's 444 days.
Wow. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. So
one of
it's a lot.
The longest reigning champions in WWE for a while. I mean, not including Walter, that championship reign was freaky.
Yeah, but that's because of lockdown.
Yes, no, maybe. I think they planned it anyway. I think they planned to keep the belt on Walter that long anyway.
Was it like 1,000 days or something?
Yeah. I mean, only like 500 of those was pandemic. What's the excuse for the other 500?
Okay, 500's a bit more realistic.
Yeah. I mean, they gave Pete Dunne a massive reign as well. His was 500 and something days, wasn't it?
Yeah. Then that was that around when NXT UK was only like a once a year thing?
Yeah, it was.
So
yeah. He won
the
belt at TakeOver Chicago, and then it took about a year and a half for them to actually have a show. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I see your point. We've digressed massively, but hooray!
Yes.
Big reign for Roman Reigns. We like long championship reigns as long as it's on the right people, and Roman definitely is that person right now. Let's face it, there's nobody else on SmackDown. He's the only wrestler there. They've released everyone else.
There you go.
So, with that in mind, this is a tough pick. And I kind of want to make you go first. I've gone first the entire time.
I'm going for Roman Reigns.
Okay. Then I might differ for the hell of differing. Now that you have made your pick, I think I am going to differ, because Roman Reigns winning here does nothing for Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
he's already dominant. We already know who Roman Reigns is. We already know. Can't speak. Too many R's and W's. We already know what he does. It wouldn't be a surprise in any way for him to beat Big E. But Big E is a new champion. He's a first-time champion. He has only had one title defense so far? Has he actually even defended the belt yet?
Has he defended it?
Maybe twice. My point is, still very fresh with this belt. And losing to Roman Reigns would do serious harm to Biggie and his championship reign and his future prospects, in my opinion. So I believe there will be some kind of shenanigans. It won't be a flat-out clean victory.
No.
But I think Big E has to win this.
Okay.
For a credibility point of view. So I'm going Big E.
All right.
I don't see a way in which Roman Reigns beats him and Big E just doesn't look like a paper transitional champion that only won because of Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
They need some strength from Big E to come out of this match, considering they're all about building to this future that doesn't exist. I think they are looking completely past this event.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Big E.
Okay. Jobs are good.
So looking back through the list, because I'm interested now. We agreed once, and that was in the Tag Team Championship match. Tag Team versus Tag Team Champions match.
Yeah.
Hello, Orange Fox thing. How are you doing? Put all your oohs in a bag and get in the ring. I'm mixing it up for you. Everything else we've differed on. So it will really come down to who. I know that's a ridiculous statement, and it's very obvious. It will come down to who wins. Obviously, that's the case. But I mean, who wins each individual thing, and whether you need to get 4 right without me getting any right to win. Oh God, what if we tie again? Oh, I can't do that.
So what will we do if we tie?
Do we just leave it up to the simulator and have a match?
Yeah, just leave it up to the simulator.
Yeah. If we tie, we'll just create characters and let them go.
Yeah.
You can choose your moveset, I'll choose my moveset. We'll just have a match and let it happen.
Okay.
God, ties. I hate ties so much. Yeah, but unlike last time where it was very clear that you'd won, and we had a whole event that meant absolutely nothing because you had already won.
It's tight.
It is very tight, and it still could go either way. And there can only be one victorious person coming out of Survivor Series.
Yeah.
It's going to be me.
No, it's not.
It's going to be me.
It'll be me.
Well, there you go.
The sky.
So that was our last episode of the main roster. When we reconvene next week at our regularly scheduled time of Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Good with 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock.
Let's do 4
o'clock. 4 o'clock.
To discuss Survivor Series. Things will look a bit different here. We'll have undergone a makeover, and the main event podcast will be born.
Yeah.
First of its kind, but still episode 81 in the general chronology.
Yes.
And from that point, then, it'll be coming down to when the big key events are. We've already started to circle some in the calendar. We've got NXT TakeOver War Games at the beginning of December. I assume there will be some kind of WWE show, even if it's like a special Raw and a special SmackDown. I think there'll be something there worth talking about. AEW, likewise, will probably do some kind of special show.
Yeah.
That'll be worth talking about. So there'll be a few episodes in December.
Yeah.
But one show that I'm excited to do, and I hope that you're with me, and it will be completely blind because I haven't kept up with this at all. I'm quite interested in doing NJPW Wrestle Kingdom in January.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue what's going on over there, so
No, yeah. So that'll be That'll be a fun watch and a fun review.
Yeah.
Just to make you try and say some Japanese names. That would be fun.
Right. The dyslexic to stay hard stuff.
Yeah, I did try and get you with Woods. Yeah.
Woods.
Homophones are hard, man.
Wood.
Yeah. So that's where the future of this show is going. This has been the 2-year anniversary. And so as we come to a close, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Great.
What has been your favourite moment or favourite discussion or whatever, favourite thing in general from our first 2 years of this podcast?
Meeting you.
Meeting me or beating me?
Eating.
I was going to say, you met me before.
That.
Yeah. Do you know, speaking of that, I'm sure you've noticed, people are still liking your tweet now of you like holding up the belt. Like random people. I'm like, who are these people? And why are they tormenting me?
No idea.
It's like some random person from Malaysia liked it the other day. I'm like, why do you care that Dan won the belt?
I don't know who these people are.
Massive meanie. Just people picking on me from all around the world. So yeah, I guess that is your favourite moment, Dan, you big bully. My favourite moment, unsurprisingly, I would expect, is also belt related.
Yeah.
And that, what is Dan's to us? You shut your mouth, Wolfington.
Danny T259.
My favourite moment is when I got to present to you my my presentation, my image of my thoughts and my observations about the new United States Championship belt.
Oh yeah, that.
And the reaction on your face when I superimposed Randy Marsh's Space Hopper nuked cancer balls over the United States Championship. Yeah, it was a bit like that. That's a really good reproduction. Well done. Yeah, you did a good job there.
Oh Christ.
So yeah, fun moments, fun times.
God.
Many more to come. More so, I would expect, because we're leaving many of the terrible aspects of WWE behind and broadening our horizons, talking about some different things. It's going to be good. I'm glad that we're still doing this after 2 years for me. Your 2-year anniversary will be in January, right?
Yeah.
You joined in the January afterwards because you were fed up of listening to me talk to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah. And well, long may the memories continue. And what will now be known as the Main Event Podcast. Yes, future Wolfington, the main roster is dead. Long live the main roster. Been fun. The name is gone. And it will see you some other time. I'm not sure how we're going to rename, the other shows that we do around WrestleMania time, like Rostermania. Maybe
oh yeah.
Main Event Mania.
Main Event Mania. Yeah, that works.
That one works.
We'll cross those bridges when we come to it.
Yeah. Main Event Slam just doesn't have a ring to it. We'll workshop it. We've got time.
Yeah.
Send your answers on a postcard.
Yeah.
Until that point, we'll see you next week for the Main Event Podcast, the Survivor Series 2021. I've been Jazz.
And I've been Dan.
And the main roster bids you adieu. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.